Evening. I'll give you a quick tour of the CEU Builder SaaS platform I've been working on for the past few days now. Actually, it's a few weeks. So the first thing we will do is we're going to log in. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is I love these motion backgrounds. So we have a nice little lava lamp effect here. I love those. I love to use those. So once you're done looking at the lava lamps, go ahead and log in. But bing, boom. Now, one of the first things you're going to notice, there's no courses in here yet. So what this is designed to do, take you from start to finish on developing a CEU program. This used to take 12 to 16 months. I proved I could do it in about 45 days. I went a step further and I'm developing a software tool that can get it done in about 3 to 4 hours. Now, there is going to be some time you have to spend in here with your resources and your sources in general, okay, the APA formatting, your citations. However, the rest of the work has been completely streamlined. And let me show you why. First thing you can do, you can go and browse one of 225 topics. Now, these are all great topics. Simply pick any market, any application, and you're in there, right? Acoustics, let's go. Use this topic, sure, but we're not going to use it because I want to show you the AI portion. But what this does, it's like renting a book, okay? One per customer. So if you check out, quote unquote, this course topic and you take it through the system and you publish that course and you get it certified by IDCEC and you're the provider, it will no longer be available here for someone else to come in and use. Okay, you own that course from that point forward. Now, if you want to generate from AI, simply click up here and click on generate. Now, it's going to take it a few moments. And I have it set to stream. So what that means is you're not going to have to wait for it to generate all three. It'll give you them one at a time as it develops them. So you can pick the first one if you like it, or you can let it do all three and then regenerate if you don't like it. The point is, it's a pretty quick process. Now I'm going to pick the first one because I want to get this demo done. Select. The first thing you'll notice is you get all of your learning objectives as well. So from here, you can edit them if you need to. You can regenerate them if you like, or if they're good, I think these are good, hit build outline. Now, this is the big step here. So when you click generate, it's going to take a few minutes. Or you can add a segment manually. If you'll notice here, you can add slides, scripts, speaker notes, anything manually, or just go ahead and do it a la carte. Boom. So in about 30 seconds, you're going to have your first segment. 60 seconds, you'll have your first couple segments. This does take a few minutes because right now we're using Claude Sonnet to really generate a really amazing outline. And what I've done is I've structured this based on what I call my gold standard, the outline that I put together in 45 days that got first round approvals. That's what we're building this off of here. So just in a few moments, you'll see us start to pull up our first topics. Here we go. We got the course introduction and accreditation. So while it's generating the other topics, feel free to just come in. You can read it. Go ahead and view your speaker notes. Now, this is the first section. Okay, we have section 1, which is your introduction section. Here we have your first slide, your title slide, your mandatory IDCEC slide, your learning objectives slide, and then other ones will populate below. Now, what you're going to notice is on the right, we have an AI research assistant that is constantly running. So while Claude is out there grabbing your grabbing the information for your course, mind you, it's also going to be grabbing sources. Now, when it finds that source information, you will see it here to the right. You can simply add it to your bibliography if you like. This is going to add it to your research library. Or just wait for all 8 to generate. What will happen after this is I have Perplexity set up to find all of your resources, get all of your citations, okay? Get those approved. Now, what happens after that is they end up in the Research Hub. So we're going to sit here a few minutes. We'll have a cup of coffee. Let's just wait for this to generate because it's worth it because I want to show you, but it does take a few minutes. So while we're sitting here, we can just talk about how I built this. So originally, I was the marketing person for a case goods manufacturer. And part of my job there that I ran into was that I had to create CEU courses for architects and designers. And one of the first things I noticed is, oh my God, this process it takes forever. There's so much work involved and it's just so convoluted. There's like, who do you call? Who do you reach out to? Where's the instruction manuals? So I eventually put everything together and I figured it out myself. And once I did that, I just thought, you know what? We have to put something together to make this easier for everyone. So that's what I did. Now, the first thing I did was to figure out the right workflow between Claude and Gemini, ChatGPT, and the others. But then once I had that set up, I wanted to build a software tool. So that is what you're looking at right now, the culmination of that process, okay? Because it's a very linear process to create these courses. So once you have a linear process, you can have a system like this just helping take you from point A to point B more simply and more efficiently. So in just a few minutes here, I told you it takes a minute. Good thing I have coffee. And thank you for watching this with me. So what you're watching is the first, I guess, evolution of this software, because I just kind of got it off the press today. And I do want to finish the slide hub because, like I've worked in marketing and I've created so many slide decks, like seeing a slide deck that just isn't perfect, it bothered me. So we're on section 5 of 8. So let's just go through here while we're looking. And we'll review some of these speaker notes. So here we can see the speaker notes all include, look, citations that run right in here. California Bureau of Electric and Appliance Repair. And here's the same source right here. So you can add it to your bibliography. Gone are the days of having to go look so long for sources. Like, I wish I had this in school, because I had note cards in school and something like this would have been so much easier. We click on all the speaker notes. We find they all are written very well. They all have proper citations. Now this one right here, this is going to be a standards document. So some of the standards documents, they're not free. So if they come up as a source, you have two options. One, you can delete it and then go find free options, or B, you can go buy it and then you always have the rights to use it. So depending on how many courses you want to create, that decision will be up to you. But here we go. We have this one for, it's going through. So if you notice, I'm not clicking on all of these, because what happens after they're generated is, I'll show you in a second, Perplexity comes in and verifies all of the sources for me. It finds them, it makes sure they're there, and then it gives me proper links. So you'll see that in just a second once it's done here. So we're on the last section, and here's the outline. We have 24, well, it's going to be about 30 slides probably. And it tends to run a little bit over. What I'm noticing is it gets around 67 to 68 minutes. So we will have to, 66. Well, we have 91% HSW. So this is definitely a good course, right? And here we have it. Look, it's verifying citations with Perplexity. So after it does this, I have Perplexity come in to take care of that part for you. And as soon as that's done, we'll go right into the research hub. Now, here is all of the sources. Isn't that cool? Like, see how neat this actually is and how simple it was to start building this course? Now we have 13 verified sources that have been auto-verified by Perplexity. They exist. They're mentioned in our content. Look, you want to click it, we're going to cite it. So easy. There's your APA, there's your MLA, and your Chicago formats, whichever you need. Now, for IDCEC, I tend to use APA format, but you can use whichever you want. I think they really just want to know that you've created citations with your course. So, what do you think so far? Isn't that pretty cool? Oh, and there's also a chat here on the left. So you can chat as well with Perplexity Sonar, right? Give me more sources for NFPA 101. Okay, the life safety code. So it's going to go find some more sources for you, bring those up real quick. Now, this is Wikipedia. I wouldn't really add that. But here's nfpa.org. You can check what the link is by clicking on it. If it's something that you want to add as a source, yeah, right here's the life safety code. So we're going to click add. And there you go. Adds that to your sources. So easy, right? So it's just a simple system to use. Let me know if you want any changes as you begin to use it, and it has your research targets. So what this is designed to do is find sources around your research targets. Now, if you notice, it's 1 through 6. These are all of your course objectives, right? So easy. So now we're going to generate the quiz. Again, super simple. You can add the quiz manually or just click one button, Give it your 10 questions. Now, there's a 10 question minimum, but you can go up to 20. Click generate, and in a few moments, there's your 10 quiz questions, all perfectly crafted to your outline, your learning objectives, and your sources. So moving through this thing pretty quick. So you can see how we probably could get a course done in 4 hours. No, I haven't tried that yet. I haven't tested that yet. But I think you could. I mean, with the right sources and the right professional using this piece of software, you probably could get one done in 4 hours. Now, there's going to be more time involved, right? Maybe with making the slide deck, because you might want to clean that up, or getting a few sources. But overall, this is a really, really quick way to make a source. I mean, we're sitting here, we're at 10 minutes in, and we've already got our outline, our questions, everything. Here's that. Pow. All 10 questions with their answer keys. Next, hit the slide deck, because we have to, right? Because what is a course without slides? So hit generate slides. Kapow. Here you go. It's got 44 slides. It's going to enhance. Now there's a skeleton that I've created that kind of builds these slides. I'm working on that. One of the hardest things I found to do is to tell an AI how to build a slide deck, right? Because it's hard enough if you're not an AI. So I do have it working. It does work. It will build all of the slides and export to a PowerPoint. Now you might need to make some changes or add some images. I'm working on those things there. But as far as the general guts and skeleton and speaker notes, it's all here. Very easy. I just saved you months of time, and I did it in 11 minutes. And after this, now we have everything. We have the course, we have the outline, we have our quiz. What is the next thing we have to do? Well, the next thing we have to do, I'm glad you asked, is check for compliance. All right, we have to make sure our course is compliant, because if we're not compliant, you're going to get it back with changes. You're going to have to pay to resubmit. It's a pain in the butt. We don't want that. So the compliance engine grades your course. All right, so go through here and look. Now, of course, it's hitting me on the topic or on the total, 66 minutes down to 60, right? I got to cut 6 minutes. Better to be a little over than 2 under. Okay, so once I cut those 6 minutes, we should be good. But also somewhere in here, there's non-proprietary language. So I'm going to want to go in here to topic 1 and see what this is talking about. Now, once I clear this up, that should bring this course to 100%. And then it will take you into the submission portal, which really allows you to download all of your course materials, right? Everything that you've created, you will now get in a zip file that you can submit and begin teaching. Thank you for watching. So this has been 12 minutes, 12 and a half minutes roughly. And we just kind of built the guts of a course. Now, there is more work. We have to manually go through it, make sure the sources are all good, right? But what I'm trying to tell you is we just built a course in 12 minutes. Now, all we have to do is edit it, make sure everything is good, and it can be submitted and approved. That easy. Thank you for watching. This is CEU Builder. I'm excited to bring it to you. It's coming live pretty soon, so just stay tuned. All right, have a good night.